Resistance is futile.
Boldly going where no show has gone before. This is The Week in Geek with David D. Squared and Brian Held. Heard live on News Talk 99.5 WRNO and the iHeartRadio app. Here are your hosts, Brian Held and D. Squared.
Good evening. This is The Week in Geek, your source for geek and pop culture news that's trending now. This is your host, D Squared, with
Brian Held.
Brian Held, how the hell are you, buddy?
Man, I am just kind of stressed, actually.
What?
I have been so busy doing so much craziness.
What's the matter, bubby?
I just finished my third audiobook. It's in the can. It's getting QC'd right now. It should be available in a couple of weeks. Oh, come on now.
Poor baby.
Tuesday,
Cry me a river.
we will start filming that Star Wars short film, Hopeless.
Hopeless.
A Star Wars story, yes.
Oh, that's that campy kind of thing where you're Darth Vader and people want to sign your baby?
No.
Or something like that? Or
don't give it all away.
What?
You know?
Yeah, I know it's something like that. I don't know.
It's going to be serious.
It's
and
not
silly.
porn, though, right?
It is, no.
Okay, just checking.
No.
You never know, man.
Stop.
What? Oh, did I make you uncomfortable? All right, so what are we doing on the show today, man?
Well, we've got top nerd news, of course, and we have an announcement where we're going to be next weekend. And then, of course, we have Skungy's Pick of the Week that's coming up second segment.
Yes.
We have a guest in studio, Mr. Robbie Musso.
Sweet.
Yeah. And then, of course, we're going to close out the show as we always do with This Week in Geek History.
All right, well, you ready to jump into top nerd news?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. And now, your top nerd news stories from around the world, brought to you by the Viridian Tea Company. Find them on Etsy. And now, your top nerd news stories. All right, Brian, you know what? I'm going to leave this one up to you because we didn't really, talk before the show about what the hell we're doing tonight.
Well, okay.
It's always you. You're not organized ever. I'm tired of carrying you, man. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. You know what? You know what I want to talk about?
What?
Screw you. I don't care what you want to talk about. I want to talk about Jumanji.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about Jumanji.
So you saw the trailer. What did you think?
I like Guns N' Roses.
Oh, my God. That's all you got to say? All right. Well, here, let's the audience take a listen.
A game for those who seek to find a way to leave their world behind. Jumanji. You pick a character, and you're that person in the game.
Which one do I pick?
I don't think it matters that much.
I think we got sucked into Jumanji, and we become the avatars we chose.
Welcome to the jungle!
This is a video game, which means we all have special skills.
Why am I running so fast?
That was so intense. I can't even with this place.
Oh, Jack Black.
I'm an overweight middle-aged man.
I don't have my Claritin, and all I see around here is pollen.
Well, I don't have the top 2 feet of my body.
All right, you're an idiot.
What do you mean?
This movie is going to be beyond friggin' epic. And you know why?
Why?
Because it's not taking the old Jumanji. They're putting a whole new spin on it. They're making avatars out of the people. They're not... You always bitch about reboots. This is not a reboot. This is something totally new and good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little excited.
I can tell. I will tell you that it is a new take on Jumanji, and I'll give it a chance. How about that?
No, I don't need your stupid chances. I want you to be fired up.
I like Dwayne Johnson. I like Jack Black.
Uh-huh.
You know, so I think it might be nifty.
I'm an overweight middle-aged man.
You know,
that's gonna be your new intro.
If they announce, say, the Dresden Files movie coming out, I would be ecstatic about that. I think it'd be fantastic. But stop. You got to stop with all that. All right. So
I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
You want to talk about Ron Howard?
Dude, you just dropped this article in front of me about Ron Howard. He's sharing a video off the set at Pinewood Studios for Star Wars.
Because, I mean, now he is the new director. They fired the guys that did 21 Jump Street and all the other, crazy screwball comedies.
Right. And he is on set. There, he put a little video up on his Twitter, and it shows him taking his lunch and throwing it in the garbage.
So there's lots of ways to read into that. Either he's saying that all the stuff that's been filmed previously is garbage and he's throwing it out, or he's saying it's all garbage and he's throwing it out. I really don't know any other way to read that.
No, there is no way to read that. I don't know, man.
Now, here's the other thing, though. There's two different rumors coming out about the lead character. What's his name? Not Emmerich.
I don't know.
I don't know. Who cares? He's terrible, apparently, because everybody's Emmerich.
Alden.
Heinrich.
EHRENREICH. Heinrich.
Whatever.
Yes.
So Han Solo, Deuce. Apparently, he's like Ace Ventura. You know.
Oh, righty then.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is about, but I mean, even they're saying that there's two rumors that it was so campy, he was as bad as Ace Ventura, and two, he sucks and needs the acting lessons.
Well, okay, bringing in an acting coach onto an active film set is not unusual, right?
Okay.
You know, so I wouldn't read a whole lot into that, but the whole Ace Ventura angle could be those previous two directors.
Oh, righty then.
Taking a turn, which would explain the whole reason they got fired. So,
All right, so now here's the other question. We had two other trailers drop on TV shows, The Defenders on Netflix and Inhumans on ABC.
yes.
Which one you want to hear first?
Let's go with The Defenders that I'm actually excited about.
Yeah, good.
You four. The devil of Hell's Kitchen,
The smart-ass detective, the righteous ex-con, and the kid with a glowing fist.
Yes, I want you to be.
The war for New York is here.
You make quite a team.
No.
What are you talking about? Bulletproof. Blind ninja. Whatever it is you are.
Classy.
And I have a glowing fist and can't act worth crap.
Wow. Wait, that's what we saw in that first season. Maybe we'll get something better. You know,
I don't know.
after
I mean,
all the feedback.
it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't.
There's just so many whiny people out there.
I'm just excited for The Defenders because it's continuing the story. I want to see what's going to happen with the hand and all that good stuff. And
the glowing fist?
No, the hand, the organization from Japan, the mafia. You know.
I got your hand right here, pal.
Do you know that's why the foot from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are called the foot?
No.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Because Marvel had the hand, so Eastman and Laird did the foot.
I did not know that.
Look at that.
Oh, righty then.
Thank you.
You're
you
welcome.
learned me something. Who'd have thought? All right, now this is the one. I know you wanted to play this last because it's going to be garbage. Here's the Inhumans cut.
Are we supposed to follow our king and remain as silent as
I
he
like
is?
the actor. This is your
If
boy.
we were on Earth,
Yeah.
we would have a glorious planet to live on, thrive on. We've been hiding here too long. Let's go to our rightful home.
You're talking about betraying your brother. You're talking about treason.
What I'm talking about is freedom. Freedom for all Inhumans. Are you going to use your voice to kill your only brother? Stop it! Stop it!
All right.
Okay. Everybody's excited about Lockjaw, and that's about it.
You're right. That's about it. I mean, one of the main characters can't even friggin' talk.
Right. Well, I
mean, he uses telepathy, but not once in the trailer do you hear him utter a phrase.
He doesn't, because Black Bolt's power is that he could pretty much destroy the planet with the
I know, yeah,
sound of his
they hit him
voice.
with a billy club, and he goes, oof, and the whole, police car just starts flying.
And of course, we've heard the comments about Medusa's hair looking like it's from Party City. I'm actually looking at the whole, the sets are real bland. I mean, it just, the color's off.
But it's filmed in IMAX.
Yeah.
You can see it in glorious IMAX.
You can see a bland set in glorious IMAX.
Here's our terrible show, but we put it in 3D. That way you can really see it suck.
I mean, look, Marvel has hit a lot of home runs out of the park.
This will not be one.
Well, I will give it a chance, but I'm not too excited right now.
So you're all about the Defenders and Jumanji.
No.
Oh, righty then.
But my dear and lovely wife is excited about Jumanji. And
well, good. I'll go see it with her.
Yeah.
Nobody likes you, Brian.
What?
Exactly.
What are we talking about next?
I don't even know. Where are you going to be? You got something going on, huh?
So next weekend, July 8th, I will be representing the show at the Boys and Girls Club Con in Pass Christian, Mississippi. That's 220 Church Avenue. It's from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and we're going to have a good time out there. Guys, come stop by and say hi. We'll have swag from the station. Our cosplay guest out there is Caitlin Hunter. We ran into her at Southern Geek Fest. She was the Cookie Monster Hunter.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
The media guest is Jason Carter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
you went and saw the Doctor Who finale with him.
I did. He came out last night. We saw that. And there's going to be plenty of gaming. There's going to be some panels. all kind of good stuff. So, yeah, come on out and say hi. It'll be a good time.
All right, and one final thing before we hit the break. You know, Supernatural Season 14 is actually going to be its last, Brian.
I know. A lot of people are sad.
I know, but you know what? It's good that they're going to leave it on a high note, or at least not have to just finally be like, all right, we don't even care anymore. We're going to just write garbage scripts. But they're talking about doing Wayward Sisters.
Yeah, like
Wayward
a spinoff?
Yeah, spinoff with the two girls that they rescued kind of deal.
At least they got off before they jumped the supernatural shark.
Oh, they jumped the shark like 8 seasons ago, dude. Is it really jumping the shark if you never come down?
Oh.
That's the thing, man. All right, and also Game of Thrones starts in 2 short weeks, Brian.
Yes.
July 16th. Are you excited?
Sure.
God, I hate you and everything you stand for. Take us to break, butthead.
Guys, when we get back, Skungy's going to come on and give us his pick of the week. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
Life is a great big day. Wherever there's a hay, you'll find a Spider-Man.
Warning. If you're drowning in debt you can't afford, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to pay it all back, because you don't. What the credit card companies don't want you to know is that there's actually a way to get debt-free without paying off your entire debt or going bankrupt. If you have $5,000 or more in credit card debt, you now have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. For free information, call Credit Associates now. 1-800-500-8121. We'll even show you how much money you could save. If you can't afford to pay off all your debt, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to. Call Credit Associates now for free information on how to get debt-free faster than you ever thought possible without debt consolidation or bankruptcy. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. For free information, call now. 1-800-500-8121. That's 1-800-500-8121. 1-800-500-8121.
Over the past 10 years, you've heard us and our customers talk about how great our windows are with a lifetime transferable warranty. But did you know they also come with a lifetime glass breakage warranty? As long as you own your home, you don't have to worry about baseballs your future major leaguer may throw through your window. At Relief Windows, we believe you deserve great products and great service. And that's what we deliver. Call us today, 504-338-1516.
Relief Windows is a proud partner of LSU Athletics.
iHeartRadio with a message from the British Red Cross.
In response to the attack at the Manchester Arena last month, we launched the We Love Manchester Emergency Fund with Manchester City Council and supported by Manchester Evening News. The funds raised are supporting people who have been injured or bereaved by the attack. To donate, you can visit the website www.redcross.org.uk/love.
Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, is now an audiobook read for you by Brian Held. It's a tale of a young girl from Tortuga who disguises herself as a boy and bluffs her way onto a pirate ship, chasing after her one true love, only to find adventure on the high seas. Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid is available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. Get your copy of Jezebel Johnston today.
Black Tie Tans, the premier mobile spray tanning professionals of New Orleans. Black Tie Tans will come to you and give you a natural glistening glow on the go. First-time customers get 20% off their first tan. Find them on Facebook at Black Tie Tans or email them at blacktieTans@gmail.com to set your appointment. Going to a wedding? Going out to the club? Black Tie Tans will give you the look you need. Black Tie Tans. Tell your pale friends.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
In a New Orleans that never was and never will be, airships float high above the city while platoons of clockwork automatons patrol the streets below. In Storyville, pirates, streetwalkers, gamblers, and thieves prowl back alleys in search of their next mark. New Orleans by Gaslight, the premier anthology of locally written and locally produced steampunk poetry and fiction, all set in Victorian New Orleans. Buy it now, available in both paperback and Kindle versions at Amazon.com. New Orleans by Gaslight.
Hello, creeps. It's me, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, and you're listening to The Week in Geek.
Welcome back. This is The Week in Geek. This is your host, D Squared with
Brian Held.
Brian, God, you sound so sexy sometimes.
Just for you, Dave.
Yeah. No. All right, you ready to do this week? We got to do Skungy, don't we?
Yes.
Ah, boo.
I am not what you would call a handsome man.
Skungy's Pick of the Week is brought to you by GameStop and ThinkGeek.com.
Skungy's Pick of the Week.
You might be an idiot savant.
Woohoo!
Skungy, what's shaking bacon?
Good afternoon, gentlemen, on this wonderful holiday weekend we're having.
It's a holiday?
July 4th, Independence Day. Come on.
Well, I got to work on 4th of July.
Well,
so it's not a holiday for me. I got to work.
We're celebrating Brexit 1776.
That's awesome.
Well played, Skungy. All right, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about actually two games that are very similar. Friday the 13th, the video game, and Dead by Daylight.
Why does it sound familiar?
Well, they just came. Well, Dead by Daylight has actually been out on PC for about a year now, but it just released on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 in the last couple of weeks.
All right.
And Friday the 13th had a very huge Kickstarter campaign behind it, and it was just released a couple of weeks ago as well. So the premise of both of the games, both of them are 4 versus 1 multiplayer games. One person plays the killer. In Friday the 13th, you play Jason Voorhees, and 4 people play counselors who are trying to get away from Jason killing them.
Nice. Okay.
Do you have to have Whoopi to get killed?
What?
Never mind. Keep going.
I was just saying you get to live out your fantasy of killing whiny teenagers in this game.
That's maybe Dave's fantasy.
It might be mine, yes.
Yeah. I know it is. So, the premise is very simple, really. When you're Jason, you get to run around the camp and you're trying to find the counselors and trying to basically kill them. And if you've ever seen any of the Friday 13th movies, there are very elaborate ways in order to do this. But it also shows certain powers that you have that Jason has, and it kind of explains a little bit of how Jason can be everywhere in these movies, because he always seems to be always at the one spot. You run like halfway across a football field and he's standing right in front of you. It kind of explains that.
Interesting.
There are different iterations of Jason as well from the different movies. From the second Friday the 13th, where he had just the sack over his head, to the more popular hockey mask-wearing Jasons. And each of them have different abilities, and, some of them are faster, some of them are slower. They have different advantages and disadvantages.
Does he, sneak around and stuff, kind of pop up behind people, kind of jump scare kind of stuff?
He just slowly walks.
Yeah.
He slowly walks, but he has, this kind of teleportation ability that makes him where he can just get halfway across the map really quick.
Okay.
He just
but
walks
as the
towards
counselors,
you inexorably.
Yeah, he stalks them. He walks slowly, lumbering. As the counselors, you're trying to get away. So there are a couple of different advantages. You can sit there and you try to either escape, call the police, or just kill Jason. Killing Jason's not easy.
What the good are the police going to do?
What
are the police going to do?
Well, you call the police. I don't know, but you can call the police and they can come in. But
kill them, Jason, not me.
Excuse me, 911. Hell yes. Can you shoot Jason in the face for me? Because it seems to work so well all the time.
So this is like hide and seek, but for adults.
Exactly.
Okay.
And when you're trying to get away from them, you can get in a car and drive away. But the problem is that for some strange reason, this car doesn't have a battery or keys. So you have to search the entire, cabins to find the keys and find the battery to put in the car so you can leave.
If you're playing a girl, do your high heels constantly break as you're running away from Jason? Is that a constant thing?
No, it's not.
Do you get to accessorize the counselors? I'm going to
You
look
can accessorize Jason, but not
fabulous.
the counselors. Well, actually, you can accessorize the counselors, but it's nothing that's going to affect the gameplay, really. So there's that. Now, the next game is Dead by Daylight, which is very similar because it's 4 versus 1. One person playing a killer and 4 survivors. Now, in this one, the survivors really can't fight back against Jason. Against the killer. They can just, turn on generators, and they're trying to, they can lay traps and stuff like that. But that's about it. But the advantage this one has is more killers. They're different killers with different abilities.
Oh, okay.
So but the killers are not supernatural like Jason, right?
They kind of are. I mean, you got like a chainsaw wielding one. You have one that looks almost like a scarecrow. They got many different ones that are just very creepy stuff from the pages of horror books and movies, like homages to different horror franchises.
So wait. Actually, hold on a minute. So are these people that I have to play multiplayer with, am I required to be friends with them, or can I just go log on in any server and just start killing random people?
You can log on and talk and log on
I don't
and
want
jump
to talk.
in, but it's random.
Okay.
So you don't know if you're going to play the killer or if you're going to play the survivor. It's kind of like one game you'll be a survivor, one game you'll be the killer. So
No.
you really don't know.
I just want to kill people.
Oh, come on, Dave.
It's therapeutic, Brian. Shut up.
So angry.
I'm so angry. All right, well, I guess price and platform for both, and which one do you think is better?
Well, both of them are $40. They're on PlayStation 4, Xbox, and they're also on the PC. You know, there's a little bit more to do with the Friday the 13th game, and it's got that name brand behind it. There's more variety in Dead by Daylight with the killer, and also the maps in Dead by Daylight are a lot larger and have more variety, where there are only 3 maps in Friday the 13th, and they kind of all look similar. They're all cabins in the woods. You know, you're on a camp.
Are either game moddable? Is there a mod community?
On the PC version of Dead by Daylight, there are, but they also have downloadable content that you can get for both games, that you can earn points to get, extra things in both games.
So, like a season pass type deal, or
no, not season pass.
Oh my
No,
God! Can I, if I play Friday the 13th, can I buy a skin and be like Chucky? Can I get a Chucky skin and just be like Chucky going around Crystal Lake?
That would be absolutely awesome.
I'm down
but I
with
don't
that.
think you could do that yet.
Shoot.
All right. Well, so I mean, which one do you say I should get?
I'm gonna say, you know what? Just because it's a soft spot in my heart, I'm gonna say Friday the 13th. Just because it's Jason Voorhees, man.
Yeah,
and it's just a lot of fun. Everybody's wanted to always play as Jason, and in a game where you're doing what Jason does best. And as you play the game, you unlock even more vicious killing styles.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm good with that. We'll do that.
Anything else going on in the video game world, Skungy?
Well, I just want to let everybody know that the Week in Geek now has a Twitch page.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We do.
We
Are
do.
you doing anything with it? It's your job, damn it.
I'm going to start streaming. You're going to have more in-depth reviews. I'll still have the reviews on here to give you a synopsis, but if you want to see the review process, I will be linked to the Week in Geek page on Twitch under Rev Skungy, RevSkungy. So if you ever want to see any gameplay, reviews, or whatnot, we're going to start doing that soon.
Yeah.
Damn it. Does that mean I can't fire him, Brian?
That means you cannot fire him. He's indispensable to the show.
That's a big word. I'm not sure what that means. But hey, Skungy, guess what?
How many times I told you about using those $10 words around me?
All right. Well, you are you're on super secret double probation right now. Okay.
Oh, I thought I was on furlough.
Or that? No, furlough infers payment.
Oh,
that ain't
okay.
happening. All right, Skungy, get out of here.
All right, guys, later.
that was pretty good, Dave.
All right. Take us a break, butthead. What's
Guys,
next?
when we get back from these short commercial messages, our in-studio guest, Mr. Robbie Musso, Transformer artist extraordinaire, you're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
But I got to make my way. Hey, y'all crazy bitch, but you...
Warning. If you're drowning in debt you can't afford, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to pay it all back, because you don't. What the credit card companies don't want you to know is that there's actually a way to get debt-free without paying off your entire debt or going bankrupt. If you have $5,000 or more in credit card debt, you now have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. For free information, call Credit Associates now. 1-800-500-8121. We'll even show you how much money you could save. If you can't afford to pay off all your debt, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to. Call Credit Associates now for free information on how to get debt-free faster than you ever thought possible without debt consolidation or bankruptcy. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. For free information, call now. 1-800-500-8121. That's 1-800-500-8121. 1-800-500-8121.
Stay prepared this hurricane season with this Storm Watch tip from News Talk 99.5 WRNO and Interstate Batteries.
If you wait for when a storm is knocking on your back door to have supplies ready, you're already too late. Now is the time to stock up on what you need to survive, not just through the storm, but whatever happens after the rain stops. The National Weather Service recommends having enough non-perishable food, water, and medicine to last each person in your family for a minimum of 1 week. Don't forget extra cash, a battery-powered radio, and flashlights, along with a portable crank or solar-powered USB charger for your phone. I'm Weather Channel meteorologist Terry Smith.
It's important that your family is ready for hurricane season, and Interstate Batteries is here to help you power through the storm. The Kenner Interstate Battery Team at 110 West Airline Highway near the airport is on hand to help your family stay safe during severe weather. Remember, expect the best, prepare for the worst at Interstate Batteries in Kenner.
When you're in need of pain relief, come to Need It Relief Massage Therapy. Kat is an experienced licensed massage therapist. Check out her website and book your session online now at massagetherapykm.com. Need It Relief Massage Therapy for some much needed relief.
You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com/shop and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com/shop.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Black Tie Tans, the premier mobile spray tanning professionals of New Orleans. Black Tie Tans will come to you and give you a natural glistening glow on the go. First-time customers get 20% off their first tan. Find them on Facebook at Black Tie Tans or email them at blacktieTans@gmail.com to set your appointment. Going to a wedding? Going out to the club? Black Tie Tans will give you the look you need. Black Tie Tans. Tell your pale friends.
Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, is now an audiobook read for you by Brian Held. It's a tale of a young girl from Tortuga who disguises herself as a boy and bluffs her way onto a pirate ship, chasing after her one true love, only to find adventure on the high seas. Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid is available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. Get your copy of Jezebel Johnston today.
My name is Optimus Prime, and you are listening to The Week in Geek. Autobots, transform and roll out.
Welcome back. This is The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO. This is your host, D-Squared with...
Brian Held.
Brian Held.
Hey.
What are we doing?
We have a guest in studio, Mr. Robbie Musso. How are you, sir?
A guest?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing
we
well,
use
thank
big
you.
words, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm just a guy here.
No,
it's good to be
you're
here.
you're not a tracer like another artist we know.
No, but
not this week.
You're very humble, but you're an artist. You do a lot of Transformers work for. You've done stuff for IDW,
Yeah.
and for Hasbro. So Tell me about getting into the art field.
Yeah, it's just been a fan my whole life, and I've just always liked to draw, and drawing what I like best kind of just led me to where I am today. So it's kind of one of those situations of getting a regular job doing what you love. Yeah. So, it doesn't feel like a job. So I've just ended up here, and basically.
Right. Well, if you do what you like, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah, that's basically it.
But I mean, how many of us as little kids, see Transformers or G.I. Joe or whatever, and we're like, I'd love to do that. But you made it. You got there. Like, how'd that happen? How'd you get your break in?
Yeah, just, first of all, a lot of support from family.
Yeah.
That always helps. But, it's just drawing and posting art on the internet and going to shows and eventually finding my way to the big show, San Diego Comic-Con.
Right.
And just showing your stuff, that's pretty much it. And I guess if they like what they see, they'll give you a shot. And, if you can keep making them like what they see, I guess you keep getting another shot.
Well, I mean, I have your art hanging up in my man cave. I got Sunstreaker from the Transformers. That was actually the first Transformer I ever bought was Sunstreaker. So when I walked past your table one time and I saw that, I'm like, take my money! Take my damn money! And but I mean, then, we got to talking. I mean, this is a lot of stuff that you do, G.I. Joe, and then mostly like Transformers, a whole lot of like just kick-ass, like, nostalgic stuff, but you do that on a daily basis now. I mean, you do some cover work for Hasbro as well, right?
Yeah, mostly it's a lot of pre-production conceptual work for the toys, and then, in between that, you've got the sculptors and the engineers, but then when it comes to the package art, I've had the privilege to work on some of the packagings for the last few years as well. So
for the concept stuff, do they send you an idea of what they want, and you come up with different concepts and send it to them, or do you already get some like sculptures that they've already been working on themselves?
It varies. It's they could be starting from scratch where we don't have anything yet. We might need a new vehicle design, we might need a new car or a new jet, and they don't always reveal what that character is going to be.
Right.
But sometimes it is. Sometimes they will have like a working model but it just looks like a plain like square.
Okay.
And they'll say like, okay, this is going to be this guy. This is going to be Astro Train. Make this Snickers bar look like a train. So it's like, it can be as basic as that. Like they may have the engineering done.
Okay.
And it may just look like a block. But as far as like all the surface detailing, they may, call on me or other guys like me to just add the detail in to make it recognizable as the guy that they're intending to make the figure out of.
Nice.
Yeah.
So and I'm guessing that that's a skill that's been built up over time to be able to take kind of a bare bones concept and produce a fully vetted, almost completed item to send to them for them to kind of sign off and say, yes, that's going to be on the package of whatever Transformer, right?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much just a long time of fooling with them.
Right.
A lot of hands-on analyzing and studying and just seeing how it all can work out.
Now you've done several books for IDW, right? That's but they're all Transformers based, right?
Yeah, mostly. Yeah.
The omnibus, right? The Generation 1, I believe, was one of the last ones you did that came out.
Yeah, there were that may have been a Spotlight omnibus, where the Spotlight series, that was way back in like 2006 to I think about 2009 or so, 2010-ish, where tying in with their ongoing books at the time, they would do individual spotlights or, as most comic fans know, a one-shot.
Yeah.
Focusing on that specific character, but it would tie directly into what they had in the ongoing at the time. So I had done Ultra Magnus was the first one I did. That was in 2006, 2007. And then we had Ramjet, Cliff Jumper.
I remember him.
And that little red runt.
Yeah,
right?
the red guy.
And then there was a fill-in issue of the ongoing at the time called Devastation, which was being written by Simon Furman.
All right.
So those probably all, those all ended up, I think, in the different. They've got several omnibuses, but yeah, those did go in the omnibuses.
All right.
Now you go to a lot of conventions. Apparently, you knew our voice guy who just gave us that Optimus Prime rejoin, John Bailey.
I recognize that voice. Hey, John.
So now, hey, do you when you go to some of these events, have you met a lot of the voice actors that have done like the original? What's Peter Cullen?
Yeah.
I have not had the honor of meeting Peter Cullen yet, but I did meet Frank Welker a couple of years ago.
Really?
And that was surreal. And if Frank Welker, all Transformer fans pretty much know him, but as Megatron.
Okay.
But he was Fred from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
He's Curious George.
Nice.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's like, anytime you've heard animal characters, like in pretty much any cartoons in the last 40 years or maybe longer.
That's the crossover, Megatron and Curious George.
Let's
make it happen. Come on.
I'm surprised.
Peace through chimpanzee.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't catch up with Steve Bloom. He's been around here before.
Yeah, actually, I did meet Steve Bloom. He was at MechaCon several years ago, and we had the dinner, and it was, I had probably a good 15-minute chat with him.
Nice.
he was Starscream.
Yep.
On Transformers Prime. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, we have a rejoinder from him, but I think it needs some work, right?
Yeah, well, it's got our old station in it,
Yeah.
so we can't technically use it right now.
Right. So,
where are you going to be, and where can people find all your art, man?
Most of the art I post online, it's not as often as it used to be because most of what I do now, it's not as credited as what it used to be, and a lot of it is like way early production. But when I do post art online, it's usually on Facebook.
Okay.
I have a DeviantArt account as Rex-203, but that is in very bad need of an update. So
yeah, I was looking at it earlier. I think 2013 was when you last posted.
Yeah, that sounds believable.
No, that's cool. So you are going to be at MechaCon, which is later this month.
Yeah.
That's July 28th through the 30th at the Hyatt. They moved this year. What are you going to be doing out there?
Well, I'll be out there pretty much, just having a table and hanging out with the fans and enjoying the show myself. I mean, I'm looking forward to being at this new venue, too, because, they've shown I've seen pictures of it, and it looks like it's tailored for MechaCon. Like
really?
It's going to be a whole new experience. So if you can make it out, it's going to be awesome.
Well, I expect to see a Starscream on your table because we had
Yes.
this discussion at
I know,
Southern
right?
Geek Fest. I mean, I've got Sunstreaker up there, and I got my Starscream action figure, but no art to go next to it.
Yeah.
So I better see that on the table when I come there.
Yeah,
Now,
consider it
Take
done.
my money.
Did you do any art for MechaCon this year? I know you've done the badge in the past.
Yeah, I've done some stuff so far, which I don't think has been shown yet.
Okay.
And we've got some more stuff to get done before then. So, yeah, I'm sure those guys are ready for more stuff any minute now.
Of course. Now, your thoughts on this latest Transformers movie?
Yeah, it was interesting,
Yeah.
So, and if you saw the ending of it, I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, no,
but
I haven't. Don't.
Yeah, it's definitely it ends with a cliffhanger.
Okay.
So so we'll see where it goes from here. I know
The Bumblebee movie.
Yeah, that's the next movie. So but I don't know if that's going to tie directly into this one chronologically. I think this one.
I don't know. See, I'm kind of. I feel like a jilted boyfriend at this point with the whole Transformers franchise. I mean, I was so stoked, and then they kept crapping the bed on me, man. And I just,
Well, hey, now this brings up an interesting point. To get your thoughts on it is I've seen some trend recently where it seems like movies are being made more for an international audience.
Yeah.
Where maybe Transformers didn't do so well domestically, but in China it's blowing up.
China is a big market there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and of course, they gave us Mecha, right?
Japan.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, what do you think? Do you think that's the direction of the Transformers for the international folks?
Well, it has been definitely for the last few movies. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I think the next movie will really change a lot to see, how the whole franchise turns out, because this one is going to be the first one shot based on a specific character. And it's done by somebody else other than Michael Bay. So we'll get to see what the franchise will look like in other hands.
No,
we'll see a movie without a jillion explosions. I think that's why he's stepping away. I think he ran out of explosions. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Need more TNT.
Yeah.
All right, well, one more time. Folks can find you on Facebook where?
Yeah, just Robbie Musso, RBBY.
All right.
Not IE.
Oh, gotcha.
And MUSSO. So
fantastic. And, of course, you will be at MechaCon the last weekend of this month.
Yep.
Guys, check it out. All right, well, we're almost at the end of the show.
We are. When we get back, we'll do This Week in Geek History.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. It's been our pleasure. Guys, you are listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
Don't miss the 4th of July fireworks extravaganza with the New Orleans Baby Cakes. Brought to you by Lakeside Shopping Center and Good Humor Ice Cream. Enjoy our biggest fireworks show of the season as we celebrate the USA. Thursday, enjoy $2 beers courtesy of Budweiser. Friday the 7th, it's Ladies' Night with drink specials and a vacation giveaway. Tickets start at $5. For all promotional details on every game, go to cakesbaseball.com.
Stay prepared this hurricane season with this Storm Watch tip from News Talk 99.5 WRNO and Interstate Batteries.
If you wait for when a storm is knocking on your back door to have supplies ready, you're already too late. Now is the time to stock up on what you need to survive, not just through the storm, but whatever happens after the rain stops. The National Weather Service recommends having enough non-perishable food, water, and medicine to last each person in your family for a minimum of 1 week. Don't forget extra cash, a battery-powered radio, and flashlights, along with a portable crank or solar-powered USB charger for your phone. I'm Weather Channel meteorologist Terry Smith.
It's important that your family is ready for hurricane season, and Interstate Batteries is here to help you power through the storm. The Kenner Interstate Battery Team at 110 West Airline Highway near the airport is on hand to help your family stay safe during severe weather. Remember, expect the best, prepare for the worst at Interstate Batteries in Kenner.
There's an awful lot of summer left, but it's never too early to think about what the kids will need for next school year. And once again this year, WRNO presents the Back to School Drive. It takes place Saturday, July 14th, 9 a.m. until noon at the WRNO Studios, 929 Howard Avenue in downtown New Orleans. There'll be free school supplies, snacks, and health screenings provided by Priority Healthcare Centers. A message from WRNO Communities, helping to make a difference in New Orleans.
Black Tie Tans, the premier mobile spray tanning professionals of New Orleans. Black Tie Tans will come to you and give you a natural glistening glow on the go. First-time customers get 20% off their first tan. Find them on Facebook at Black Tie Tans or email them at blacktieTans@gmail.com to set your appointment. Going to a wedding? Going out to the club? Black Tie Tans will give you the look you need. Black Tie Tans. Tell your pale friends. In a New Orleans that never was and never will be, airships float high above the city while platoons of clockwork automatons patrol the streets below. In Storyville, pirates, streetwalkers, gamblers, and thieves prowl back alleys in search of their next mark. New Orleans by Gaslight, the premier anthology of locally written and locally produced steampunk poetry and fiction, all set in Victorian New Orleans. Buy it now, available in both paperback and Kindle versions at Amazon.com. New Orleans by Gaslight.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com/shop and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com/shop.
Now, back to the Week in Geek with local celebrity Brian Held, #LCBH. Here are your hosts, local celebrity Brian Held, and that other guy, what's his name again?
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to the Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO. I'm Brian Held with...
the other guy.
I love that voice guy.
Now, of course you do.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I know you give him money.
Well,
I know you give him money.
We're not going to talk about that. You ready for This Week in Geek History?
I'm always not ready for This Week in Geek History.
This Week in Geek History.
We're sending you back to the future! Yes! Oh my God!
This Week in Geek History is brought to you by Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, read by Brian Held. Available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. This Week in Geek History.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
Da-na, wow.
All right, Dave. This first one is really cool. I really like this one.
Are you sure?
Yes. It's on June 26th, 1896. The very first movie theater in the United States opens. Its admission, 10 cents.
Wow.
The cool part about it is it was called Vitascope Hall.
Vitascope.
And it was technically the first storefront theater, and it was opened on Canal Street.
What, here in New Orleans?
Here in New Orleans.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, how cool is that?
That is pretty cool. And we had Vitascope.
Yes.
Drink your Vitascope, kids. No,
right.
Get your Vitascope decoder ring.
Good stuff. See,
10-cent admission, man.
I know.
God. And now we're getting hosed
Right.
for God even knows how much, man.
Well, I can't get out, by myself at under $20.
Well, what I've been doing, normally it costs so much more, either, your firstborn or your secondborn. So I'm like, how much can I get for this kid? You hold him while I go see it with the other kid. But they're not going for that.
No.
I don't know.
No more indentured servitude like that.
Damn it.
All right.
What's next?
Next is June 27th, 1972. I saw this and threw it in based on all the recent news. Atari Incorporated has incorporated this on this day by Nolan Bushnell and Ted Dabney. So, of course,
those sound like eerily American.
Yeah.
Well, so where did they come up with the word Atari? I thought Atari came from like either China or Japan.
No, I think it's a made-up word. One of those.
Is it really?
Yeah. But of course, AtariBox.com, they're coming out with new hardware.
Right, I know. Have we gotten any movement on that front?
No, I haven't seen any kind of updates.
Well, we at the Week in Geek, the hard-hitting journalists that we are, we're gonna find this news out for you.
We're trying.
On tonight's show, Atari Box. No, I don't. We need to find something out though. Seriously, though.
Yeah, we do. We're
Let's
working
go
on it.
stalk them.
Oh, well, you're good at that.
I am.
You're creepy and weird.
I am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's the
All
nicest
right.
thing you've ever said.
What's next? The next. June 29th, 1613.
We're going way back.
This is for my wife. The original Globe Theatre in London, England, burns down accidentally when a cannon discharged during a performance of William Shakespeare's Henry VIII sets fire to the building's thatched roof.
I did know that theater, the Globe Theater, was Shakespeare's. Yeah. I know that it was Shakespeare's. That was his home turf, man.
Yeah, most definitely. Oh, speaking of Shakespeare's.
That TV show, Will?
No. We have an advanced reader's copy of Besieged by Kevin Hearn. It's due out on July 11th is when it comes out.
Really?
I'm working on getting him back on the show. I just don't know if I want to talk to him about this or Plague of Giants, which is a new novel series he's starting, and we got that book.
Didn't we just talk to him recently?
No, it's like a year.
Oh, good Lord.
But what's cool about Besiege, it's a series of short stories for the Iron Druid Chronicles. I can't talk about it a whole lot, but there is something about Shakespeare in here, so I'll pique everyone's interest like that. It's really good.
Wow, that's what they call a tease in the biz, Brian. What's next, pal?
June 30th, 1995. You got to guess this one.
Damn it.
Oh, yes. All right. It's directed by Danny Cannon, starring Diane Lane, Amanda Sante, Max von Sydow, Rob Schneider, and Sylvester Stallone.
Judge Dredd.
There you go.
Yeah, von Sydow. That's what gave it away.
Yeah.
You know what? It's on Netflix right now.
Is it?
And yes, it is. It's on Netflix right now, and I favorited it today so I can go watch it later. And DJ's walking by and goes, "What the hell is that?" I'm like, "Ask Brian. He'll tell you all about it." He's like, no thanks.
You know, I don't absolutely loathe this movie.
I am the law.
Right. I like it from a beer and pretzels kind of angle.
Right.
But I mean, he should have just kept the helmet on. I mean, Carl Urban did it right.
Yeah, but it was not a family-friendly movie. When every other word, it was like watching Platoon, but even more hardcore.
For what? The F-bombs. The Urban one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty. But and I like Rob Schneider in it. Eat recycled food.
It did have its moments, you know.
Yes.
It's Mr. I am the law. When they made fun of it in the movie, that was where I was like, I was bought and sold and into it.
That's cool.
Okay.
All right, July 1st, 1984. William Gibson begins the Sprawl trilogy with the publication of Neuromancer. Have you read this?
No.
So believe it or not, I just read this recently. I listened to the audiobook, and of course...
That's not reading if you listen to the audiobook.
Regardless...
Is that how you cheat so often?
William Gibson, not with these advanced copies. They're not in audiobooks yet. Anyway, William Gibson is the father of cyberpunk.
Okay, right.
And it's kind of sad listening to this book now... It didn't have the same impact from when it was released because so much has been done since then. You know,
I mean, I think I've told this story before. I found some of my dad's old science fiction books from back in like the 50s and 40s,
right?
And you know, like they had laser pens and computers. When the computer got smarter, it got bigger and bigger, and so it was a self-replicating computer that would dig a hole in the ground and start adding more vacuum tubes and more relays and more data tapes.
Nice.
I mean, it's like, good God. So like instead of like now where you need a pencil or a pin prick to like get in the phones.
Right.
Now that one, it was like Gigantor, Devastator. All right, sorry.
No, it's cool. Last one on my list here, July 2nd, 1996. An alien mothership enters Earth's orbit and deploys gigantic spacecraft over major cities worldwide.
No.
Yes. Of course, it's the release of Independence Day with Will Smith and Bill Pullman and Jeff Goldblum. And
I went to that movie the day that it came out, or the whatever night it came out, and we were all hammered. Like we came from Spiders, the bar I used to own, and I passed out about halfway through the movie.
Nice.
So I ended up really liking it though.
Yeah, no, the first one was great.
It was fun. Yeah, have you seen the new one, Resurgence?
No,
don't.
Right. Birthdays real quick?
Sure. Yeah,
on the 26th.
Geez, the show's almost over.
Right. Chris O'Donnell. The 27th, Matthew Lewis. He was
Wait, Chris O'Donnell, was that the old Robin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. On the 28th, Felicia Day.
She had a kid.
She
hid it from the internet. How do you do that? That's amazing.
She is amazing. Also on the 28th, Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
On the 1st, Dan Aykroyd.
Baseballs.
And on the 2nd, Yancey Butler. She was Witchblade. She's also been in a few other things.
Oh,
yes.
Well, okay then. All right, Brian, what are we doing next week, man?
Well, how about we can tell folks where to find us?
You know, you're right. Well played, sir. As always, we strongly urge you to check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/The Week in Geek. Check out our website at twigradio.com. Follow us on Twitter at Twig Radio, and the Instagram is The Week in Geek. Now, Brian, how can people listen to this lovely show?
Well, if you miss any part of tonight's show or you want to hear your favorite part again, you can catch us on Spreaker.com or download Spreaker for your smartphone or tablet. You can also find us on iTunes, YouTube, the iHeartRadio app, and at WRNO.com.
Well said,
Thank
sir.
you.
You know, iHeart, we're now using Spreaker as our podcast of choice as well.
Well, I
See,
thought they
look,
owned it.
we were pioneers, Brian. We were on Spreaker before iHeart was on Spreaker.
Nice.
And that's mind blown.
So, guys, remember next Saturday, the 8th, I will be at Boys and Girls Club Con in Pass Christian from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. Come stop by and say hi, get some prizes, and hang out.
I'll be out just causing all kinds of mischief because my kids will be gone.
You're going to be working.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm putting in my 2 weeks notice right now. Screw it, I'm out of here. All right, but in 2 weeks, though, Game of Thrones returns, Brian.
Yes.
Now, you need to start catching up.
Yeah, well, maybe
Look, just watch one of those 9-minute recaps. You know what we're going to do?
What?
Next week, I guess I'll at some point, I'll put together a recap for all our listeners.
That would be awesome.
Yes.
You actually do something. Be great.
God, I hate you. Till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high.
GFL.
For Walton and Johnson, News Talk 99.5 WRNO FM, New Orleans, an iHeart radio station.